I'm Elena, your host for today's lesson, and I'm so deeply grateful that you are here with me right now at this moment. If you are new to this channel, let me tell you that we publish new English lessons every single day, 7 days a week, to help you express yourself more clearly, speak with greater confidence, communicate naturally in any situation you find yourself in, and truly connect with people through the beauty of authentic language. Today's masterclass is something incredibly special, something deeply meaningful, something that I believe will transform not just your English fluency, but also your ability to connect with others on a deeper, more authentic, more human level. In this comprehensive lesson, you are going to learn how to express emotions and mental states in English with sophistication, nuance, precision, and emotional intelligence. You will move far beyond simple, basic words like happy, sad, or angry, and you will discover the rich, beautiful, expressive vocabulary that helps you describe exactly how you feel in any moment, in any situation, with clarity and confidence. Many English learners reach an intermediate level where they can describe what they do or what they think quite well. They can say, "I went to work today," or "I think this topic is important." But when someone asks them, "How are you really feeling?" or "What is going on inside?" they struggle. They do not have the words to express the complexity, the depth, the layers of their inner world. They say, "I am fine," when what they really mean is, "I am overwhelmed and struggling to keep everything together." They say, "I am okay," when what they truly feel is, "I am anxious about the future and uncertain about my path." They say, "I am good," when what they want to express is, "I am genuinely content, at peace, and grateful for where I am in life right now." This limitation, this gap between what you feel and what you can express, creates isolation, misunderstanding, and missed opportunities for genuine connection. When you cannot name your emotions clearly, you feel alone with them. When you cannot articulate your struggles, people cannot offer the right kind of support. When you cannot express your joy precisely, people cannot fully celebrate with you. Language is not just about communication. Language is about connection, understanding, validation, and being truly seen and heard by others. This masterclass will change that limitation forever. By the end of this comprehensive session, you will have the vocabulary and the confidence to express subtle emotions, complex mental states, and deep feelings that you may have never been able to articulate before in English. You will learn how to talk about stress, anxiety, and overwhelm in a healthy, constructive way. You will learn how to express hope, gratitude, contentment, and joy with specificity and warmth. You will learn how to describe feeling conflicted, confused, vulnerable, or uncertain when life feels complicated. You will learn how to support others when they share their emotions with you, responding with empathy, validation, and genuine care. And most importantly, you will learn to speak from your heart in English, not just from your mind, creating space for authentic, meaningful, healing conversations. Throughout this extended lesson, we will practice slowly and gently, with patience and care, connecting each word and phrase to real feelings, real experiences, and real moments in your life. This is not about memorization. This is not about cramming vocabulary lists into your brain. This is about feeling the language, absorbing it emotionally, integrating it into your sense of self, and training your brain to express your authentic inner experience in English naturally and effortlessly. Every sentence we voice together, every dialogue you shadow, every example you practice will help you build emotional fluency, the ability to name what you feel, express it clearly and appropriately, and connect with others through honest, vulnerable, beautiful communication. Emotions are universal. Every human being on this planet, regardless of culture, language, or background, feels joy, sadness, anxiety, hope, frustration, peace, confusion, and love. But not everyone can express those feelings clearly. When you master emotional vocabulary in English, you unlock the ability to build deeper relationships, ask for support when you need it, offer comfort to others, advocate for your needs, set healthy boundaries, process difficult experiences, and build a life that feels emotionally authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with who you truly are. Before we begin this meaningful journey together, I want you to do something for me. I want you to make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon if you want more helpful, transformative English learning episodes like this one. I publish lessons every single day, and I would be honored for you to join our growing community of learners who are committed to expressing themselves authentically, beautifully, and powerfully in English. Now, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and release it slowly through your mouth. Let go of any stress, any pressure, any worry you might be carrying. Relax your shoulders, soften your face, open your heart, and let us begin this beautiful, profound exploration of emotional language together. When you first begin learning English, you learn basic emotion words: happy, sad, angry, scared, tired, excited. These words are important, fundamental, and useful. They serve a purpose in everyday communication. But here is the truth: they are limited. They are like painting a complex, nuanced, beautiful landscape with only 5 colors when there are thousands of shades, tones, hues, and gradients available to you. Real human emotions are rarely simple. They are complex, layered, often contradictory, constantly shifting, and deeply personal. Think about this for a moment. When someone asks you, "How are you?" and you answer, "I am fine," what does that really mean? Are you genuinely content and at peace? Are you just okay, but nothing special? Are you struggling, but do not want to talk about it? Are you so overwhelmed that you do not even know where to begin? The word fine can mean 100 different things depending on context, tone, and what is really happening inside you. And this is the problem. Basic vocabulary forces you to simplify, to flatten, to reduce the richness of your emotional experience into vague, imprecise words that do not capture what you are actually feeling. Psychologists call this lack of precision low emotional granularity. When your emotional granularity is low, your brain struggles to figure out exactly what it needs to feel better. Advanced emotional vocabulary gives you that much-needed precision. It gives you the ability to say, "I am feeling melancholy today," instead of just, "I am sad." It allows you to express, "I am experiencing a mix of excitement and apprehension," instead of simply, "I am nervous." It empowers you to articulate, "I feel radiant and tranquil," instead of settling for, "I am happy." This precision is not just about sounding sophisticated or educated, although those things matter too. This precision is about being understood. It is about honoring the complexity of your inner world. It is about giving others the information they need to truly see you, understand you, support you, and connect with you authentically. When you express emotions with precision and depth, several beautiful, powerful things happen in your life. First, you understand yourself better. Naming an emotion helps you process it, accept it, and work with it constructively rather than being overwhelmed or confused by it. Research in psychology shows that simply labeling your feelings, a practice called affect labeling, reduces the intensity of negative emotions and helps you regulate your emotional state more effectively. Second, you connect more deeply with others. When you can articulate exactly how you feel, people understand you better and can offer more meaningful, appropriate, effective support. Third, you build trust and intimacy in relationships. Vulnerability, the willingness to share what you truly feel without pretense or defense, is the foundation of authentic connection, deep friendship, and loving relationships. In this comprehensive masterclass, we will explore emotions in several distinct but interconnected categories. First, we will dive into positive emotions that feel light, uplifting, joyful, and energizing. Emotions like contentment, serenity, gratitude, exhilaration, and hope. These are the feelings that make life worth living, that remind you of beauty and goodness, that fill you with appreciation and optimism. Second, we will explore challenging emotions that feel heavy, difficult, or uncomfortable. Emotions like anguish, apprehension, frustration, isolation, and despondency. These emotions are just as valid, just as human, and just as important to express clearly and without shame. Third, we will examine complex emotions that mix different feelings together or create internal contradictions. Emotions like feeling bittersweet, conflicted, ambivalent, vulnerable, or nostalgic. These nuanced feelings reflect the true complexity of human experience. And finally, we will discuss mental states, longer-lasting psychological conditions like burnout, depression, anxiety disorders, and states of well-being that affect your overall functioning over extended periods. For each category, you will learn advanced vocabulary with precise definitions and emotional nuances. You will practice using these words in natural, meaningful sentences that connect to real-life situations. You will shadow authentic conversations where people express these emotions honestly and receive supportive, empathetic responses. You will repeat phrases slowly and gently, allowing the rhythm and feeling of each expression to sink into your consciousness. And you will create your own personal expressions that reflect your unique experiences, helping you integrate this vocabulary into your authentic voice in English. Before we dive into specific vocabulary, let me explain an important distinction that will help you understand how to use emotional language more precisely and appropriately. Emotions are usually temporary, acute feelings that arise in response to specific situations, events, or thoughts. You feel excited when you receive good news. You feel disappointed when something does not work out the way you hoped. You feel apprehensive before an important presentation or meeting. These emotions come and go, rising and falling like waves on the ocean, responding to internal and external stimuli, shifting throughout your day. Emotions are normal, natural, and part of being human. Mental states, on the other hand, describe your overall psychological, emotional, or cognitive condition over a longer period of time, days, weeks, months, or even years. You might be in a state of burnout from working too intensely for too long without adequate rest or boundaries. You might be experiencing deep contentment after making positive life changes that align with your values. You might be going through a prolonged period of confusion as you figure out what you want in life, who you are, or where you are heading. Mental states are more sustained, more pervasive, and often affect multiple areas of your life simultaneously: your work, your relationships, your physical health, your sense of meaning and purpose. Both emotions and mental states are important to express clearly and appropriately, and this masterclass will help you do both with confidence, sophistication, and emotional intelligence. Understanding the difference helps you communicate more precisely about whether you are experiencing a temporary feeling that will pass or a more sustained state that might require different kinds of attention, support, or intervention. Let me share something profoundly important with you, something I want you to really take to heart. In every language, in every culture, in every human society, the ability to express emotions clearly is deeply connected to emotional intelligence. The capacity to understand your own feelings, process them in healthy ways, communicate them effectively to others, recognize and respond to emotions in other people, and use emotional information to guide thinking and behavior in constructive, adaptive ways. When you develop rich emotional vocabulary in English, you are not just learning words for a vocabulary test or to sound impressive in conversations. You are developing the ability to navigate relationships with skill and sensitivity, handle stress and adversity with resilience and grace, support others through their struggles with empathy and compassion, advocate for your own needs without guilt or apology, set healthy boundaries that protect your well-being, and build a life that feels emotionally authentic, fulfilling, aligned with your values, and deeply meaningful. Native English speakers who are emotionally articulate are often perceived as more mature, more trustworthy, more capable of leadership, more skilled in relationships, and more emotionally stable and resilient. When you can say, "I am feeling overwhelmed by all the responsibilities I have right now, and I need to set some boundaries to protect my mental health," instead of just, "I am stressed," people understand you better. They respect your self-awareness, they appreciate your honesty, and they can offer more appropriate, helpful, effective support. When you can say, "I am experiencing a complex mix of exhilaration about this new opportunity and apprehension about stepping into the unknown," instead of just, "I am nervous," you are giving people insight into your nuanced inner world. You are showing emotional depth, self-reflection, and the kind of vulnerability that builds trust and intimacy. This matters profoundly in friendships, where emotional honesty creates the foundation for deep, lasting connection. It matters in romantic relationships, where the ability to express feelings clearly can mean the difference between growing together and growing apart. It matters in family dynamics, where naming emotions helps resolve conflicts, heal old wounds, and build understanding across generations. It matters in professional settings, where emotional intelligence is increasingly recognized as essential for effective leadership, collaboration, teamwork, and organizational success. And perhaps most importantly, it matters in your relationship with yourself. Your ability to understand your own feelings, honor them, learn from them, and use them as guides toward a life that feels authentic and true to who you are. Now, with this foundation firmly established, with this understanding of why emotional vocabulary matters so deeply, let us begin exploring the actual words, phrases, and expressions that will transform your ability to express your inner world in English. Let us start with something beautiful, something uplifting, something that reminds us of what makes life worth living. Positive emotions that feel good, that bring light, that fill us with warmth and appreciation. Happiness is wonderful, beautiful, and worth celebrating. But here is something many English learners do not realize. Happiness is not the only positive emotion. In fact, there are so many beautiful, nuanced ways to describe feelings of joy, peace, satisfaction, excitement, gratitude, contentment, delight, serenity, hope, and appreciation. Each word carries a slightly different shade of meaning, a different quality of feeling, a different emotional temperature and texture. Learning these words will help you express the full, rich spectrum of positive experiences in your life with precision, beauty, and authenticity. Let us explore these emotions slowly, meaningfully, with presence and attention, connecting each one to real situations, real moments, real experiences where you might feel this way in your own life. Let us begin with joy, delight, and elation. Joy is a deep, warm, expansive feeling of happiness that comes from meaningful experiences, spending quality time with loved ones, achieving something you have worked hard for, witnessing something truly beautiful, experiencing a moment of pure connection or transcendence. Joy is not superficial. Joy touches something deep inside you. Joy fills your chest with warmth and makes your heart feel full. Let's voice this together. I feel such profound joy when I am surrounded by the people I love most. Now, close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine that scene. Picture the people you love most in this world. See their faces, hear their laughter, feel the warmth of their presence. Let that feeling of connection and love fill you completely. Now, open your eyes and say it again with all that emotion. I feel such profound joy when I am surrounded by the people I love most. Try voicing this one with genuine happiness for others. There is such joy in watching someone you care about achieve their dreams. Now, shadow this phrase with me. I experienced pure joy when I finally accomplished what I had been working toward for years. Delight is a lighter, brighter, more playful feeling than joy. The pleasure, the small happiness you get from unexpected good things, delightful surprises, charming moments, a surprise gift from a friend, a beautiful sunset that catches you off guard, a kind gesture from a stranger, a piece of good news you were not expecting. Delight is joy's lighter, more spontaneous cousin. Say this with a smile spreading across your face. I felt pure delight when I discovered this cozy little cafe tucked away on a side street. Picture yourself finding something lovely, charming, and unexpected. I felt pure delight when I discovered this cozy little cafe tucked away on a side street. Try this one with lightness and warmth. The children's laughter filled the room with such delight. Speak this aloud with me. What a delightful surprise to receive your message today. Elation is intense, powerful, almost euphoric joy. The feeling when something absolutely wonderful, extraordinary, life-changing happens. You get the job you have dreamed of for years. You receive news that changes everything in the best possible way. You accomplish something you thought might be impossible. Elation is joy turned up to its highest volume, filling every cell in your body with excitement and happiness. Take a breath and repeat. I was absolutely elated when I heard I got accepted into the program. Feel that rush of overwhelming happiness. I was absolutely elated when I heard I got accepted into the program. Voice this with celebratory energy. She was elated to discover that her proposal had been approved. Shadow this phrase with awe and excitement. The feeling of elation when you achieve something you have worked so hard for is indescribable. Let us expand this even further. When that elation makes you feel incredibly alive, you might use the word exhilarated. Exhilaration is a thrilling, breathless kind of joy. The feeling you get when you are doing something exciting, slightly daring, or physically invigorating. Let's voice this together. I felt completely exhilarated as I reached the top of the mountain and looked at the view. Try this one with me. The exhilarating rush of performing on stage is unlike anything else in the world. If the feeling is softer, you might say you feel radiant. Radiant means glowing with happiness, emitting joy so strongly that other people can actually see it on your face. Speak this aloud with me. She looked absolutely radiant on her wedding day, surrounded by everyone she loved. Shadow this phrase. I feel so radiant and healthy since I started prioritizing my own well-being. Now let us move to feeling content, peaceful, and serene. Content means satisfied, at ease, comfortable with where you are in life, not wanting anything more in this particular moment. You are not excited or ecstatic, but you are not anxious or unhappy either. You feel peacefully satisfied, genuinely okay with how things are. You have reached a place of acceptance and appreciation for what you have. Let's voice this with calm, genuine satisfaction. I feel truly content with my life right now, and that is a beautiful feeling. Feel that gentle peace, that soft comfort. I feel truly content with my life right now, and that is a beautiful feeling. Take a breath and repeat. After years of chasing more, I have finally learned to feel content with enough. Try this one reflectively. There is something deeply satisfying about feeling content rather than constantly wanting more. Peaceful describes a state of inner calm, tranquility, freedom from worry or mental disturbance. Your mind is quiet and clear. Your body is relaxed and at ease. Everything feels still, gentle, harmonious. You are not fighting anything. You are not resisting anything. You are simply present, calm, and at peace with what is. Speak this softly, almost in a whisper. I feel so peaceful when I am near the water, listening to the waves. Imagine that scene. Hear the water. Feel the tranquility washing over you. I feel so peaceful when I am near the water, listening to the waves. Let's voice this with quiet reverence. Early morning hours have such a peaceful quality before the world fully wakes up. Shadow this phrase with intention and calm. I have been cultivating a more peaceful inner state through meditation and reflection. Serene is similar to peaceful, but even more deeply calm, even more still and quiet, almost meditative, spiritual, transcendent. It is the feeling of complete inner stillness, perfect harmony between mind, body, and spirit. Everything feels aligned, balanced, and profoundly okay. Serenity is peace taken to its deepest, most beautiful level. Try voicing this with quiet, profound reverence. There is something deeply serene about watching the sunrise in complete silence. Take a breath and repeat with admiration. She had a serene expression on her face, as if nothing could disturb her inner peace. Speak this aloud as a gentle intention. I am seeking more serene moments in my life, moments of complete stillness and presence. We can also use the word tranquil to describe an environment that makes us feel serene. Let's voice this together. The tranquil atmosphere of the ancient temple instantly calmed my racing thoughts. Let us practice the vocabulary of gratitude, feeling grateful, thankful, and appreciative. Grateful means deeply thankful for what you have, recognizing blessings both large and small, feeling warmth and appreciation toward people who have helped you, supported you, loved you. Gratitude is one of the most healing, most powerful positive emotions. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, from what is wrong to what is right, from scarcity to abundance. Shadow this phrase with genuine, heartfelt sincerity. I am so grateful for all the support and encouragement I have received on this journey. Let that appreciation fill your heart. I am so grateful for all the support and encouragement I have received on this journey. Try this one as a genuine acknowledgement of your blessings. I feel deeply grateful for my health, my relationships, and the opportunities I have been given. Take a breath and repeat. Gratitude has transformed my perspective on life in profound ways. Thankful is similar to grateful, but often used for specific things, specific moments, specific outcomes, rather than an overall feeling state. You are thankful when something specific works out, when you receive help, when you are relieved of worry. Let's voice this with relief and gratitude combined. I am thankful that everything worked out in the end, even though the journey was difficult. Speak this aloud with warm appreciation. I am thankful for friends who show up when I need them most. Try voicing this as a practice, as an intention. Every day I find something to be thankful for, no matter how challenging life gets. Appreciative means recognizing and valuing something or someone, feeling gratitude with conscious awareness and acknowledgement. When you are appreciative, you are not just thankful, you are actively aware of value, actively recognizing goodness, actively honoring what you have received. Shadow this phrase with genuine, heartfelt warmth. I am deeply appreciative of your kindness and patience during this difficult time. Take a breath and repeat with growing awareness. I have become more appreciative of the small, simple pleasures in life. Let's voice this together. She was so appreciative of the effort everyone put into making her feel welcome. Let us explore the energy of positive anticipation, feeling excited, enthusiastic, and eager. Excited means feeling energized, anticipation about something good that is going to happen, something you are looking forward to with positive expectation and emotional energy. Your heart beats a little faster. Your eyes light up. You feel ready for something wonderful. Try this one with genuine energy and anticipation. I am so excited about starting this new chapter in my life and seeing where it leads. Feel that forward-moving energy. I am so excited about starting this new chapter in my life and seeing where it leads. Speak this aloud with bright, forward-looking energy. I cannot help but feel excited every time I think about the possibilities ahead. Shadow this phrase with an understanding of that vibrant energy. The children were so excited they could barely sit still. Enthusiastic means excited, but with active, passionate, engaged energy. You are not just looking forward to something, you are ready to throw yourself into it fully, to engage with it completely, to participate with your whole heart. Enthusiasm is excitement plus passion plus commitment. Let's voice this with passionate, engaged energy. I am enthusiastic about learning and growing in this new field of study. Take a breath and repeat with admiration. Her enthusiastic approach to every project is truly inspiring to everyone around her. Try voicing this as an intention. I want to approach life more enthusiastically, bringing energy and passion to everything I do. Eager means excited with a quality of impatience. You are looking forward to something so much that you can barely wait. You want it to happen right now. You are ready and prepared and counting down the moments. Shadow this phrase with forward-looking anticipation. I am eager to see what the future holds and what opportunities will come my way. Speak this aloud with that impatient excitement. She was eager to begin the project and could not wait to get started. Let's voice this together with passionate readiness. I am eager to learn, eager to grow, eager to become the person I know I can be. Now, let us focus on the vocabulary of positive expectation, feeling hopeful, optimistic, and encouraged. Hopeful means looking toward the future with positive expectation, believing that things can get better, holding on to the belief that good outcomes are possible, even when circumstances are difficult. Hope is the light that keeps you moving forward through darkness. Try voicing this with gentle, confident hope. I am feeling genuinely hopeful about the changes I am making in my life. Take a breath and repeat with resilient hope. Even in difficult times, I try to remain hopeful that things will improve. Let's voice this together with a recognition of hope's power. Hope is what keeps us going when everything else feels uncertain or challenging. Optimistic means having a generally positive outlook on life, expecting good outcomes more often than bad ones, seeing opportunities rather than just obstacles, believing that things will work out for the best. Optimism is a worldview, a disposition, a way of approaching life. Shadow this phrase with bright, confident optimism. I am optimistic that everything will work out, even if I do not know exactly how yet. Speak this aloud with appreciation for that energy. She has such an optimistic outlook on life that it is contagious to everyone around her. Try this one as a statement of growth and intention. I am learning to be more optimistic, rather than always expecting the worst. Encouraged means feeling hope and motivation because of something positive that happened, a sign of progress, a kind word, a small victory, evidence that things are moving in the right direction. Encouragement gives you the emotional fuel to keep going. Let's voice this with renewed energy and motivation. I felt so encouraged by the progress I made this week, even though it was small. Take a breath and repeat with gratitude. Your words of encouragement came at exactly the right time and really lifted my spirits. Shadow this phrase with momentum and hope. Every small step forward encourages me to keep moving in this direction. Finally, for positive emotions, let us look at the release of tension, feeling relieved, reassured, and at ease. Relieved means feeling the release of tension, worry, or fear when something you were anxious about does not happen, or when something difficult finally ends. Relief is the exhale after holding your breath, the lightness after carrying a heavy weight, the peace after resolving uncertainty. Try voicing this with a deep exhale, releasing tension. I felt so incredibly relieved when I finally finished that challenging project. Speak this aloud with grateful relief. What a relief to know that everything is going to be okay after all. Let's voice this together with the peace that comes from resolution. I am relieved that I made the decision and can finally stop worrying about it. Reassured means feeling calm and secure again after someone or something has eased your worries, provided comfort, offered information that makes you feel better, or reminded you that things will be okay. Reassurance comes from outside yourself, but creates peace inside yourself. Shadow this phrase with comfort and calm. I felt so reassured after talking to someone I trust about my concerns. Take a breath and repeat with gratitude for that reassurance. Her calm, confident words reassured me that I was on the right path. Try this one as an honest expression of need. I need to feel reassured sometimes that what I am doing makes sense. At ease means comfortable, relaxed, free from tension, worry, or anxiety. When you are at ease, your shoulders drop, your breathing deepens, your mind quiets, and you feel okay with how things are in this moment. Let's voice this with calm certainty. I finally feel at ease about the decision I made, and that brings me such peace. Speak this aloud with appreciation. She has a way of making everyone around her feel at ease and comfortable. Shadow this phrase as a sign of wisdom and growth. I am learning to feel more at ease with uncertainty rather than needing to control everything. Now let us practice using these beautiful positive emotion words in an extended, real, authentic conversation. Imagine you are catching up with a close friend after some time apart, and you are sharing good news and positive feelings. Your friend smiles, looks at you closely, and says, "You seem really happy lately. There is something different about your energy. How have you been?" And you reply, "Thank you for noticing. I have been feeling genuinely content, actually, which is such a wonderful feeling. I made some important changes in my life, and they are really making a profound difference." Your friend looks delighted, leans in, and says, "That is so wonderful to hear. I am incredibly glad for you. What kind of changes did you make?" And you explain, "I started prioritizing my mental health and well-being above everything else. I began saying no to things that drain my energy, and I feel so much more peaceful now, so much more at ease with myself." Your friend nods supportively. That takes real courage to enforce those boundaries. I am really proud of you for taking those steps. And you respond with a warm smile. "Thank you so much. I feel deeply grateful for the people who supported me through this transition. And honestly, I am more optimistic about the future than I have been in years." Your friend says, "That is beautiful. It sounds like you are in a really good place emotionally, and it truly shows." And you finish by saying, "I am. For the first time in a very long time, I feel at ease with who I am and where I am in life. It is such a profound relief." Now let us repeat this slowly, line by line. I want you to imagine you are sharing these positive emotions with your good friend. Feel the warmth, the authenticity, the joy of being able to express how well you are doing. Let's voice this together. Thank you for noticing. I have been feeling genuinely content, actually, which is such a wonderful feeling. I made some important changes in my life, and they are really making a profound difference. Try this next part with that sense of positive transformation. I started prioritizing my mental health and well-being above everything else. I began saying no to things that drain my energy, and I feel so much more peaceful now, so much more at ease with myself. Take a breath and repeat with gratitude and hope. Thank you so much. I feel deeply grateful for the people who supported me through this transition. And honestly, I am more optimistic about the future than I have been in years. Shadow this final line with genuine contentment. I am. For the first time in a very long time, I feel at ease with who I am and where I am in life. It is such a profound relief. Now let us hear that same extended conversation at natural speaking speed, the way two friends would actually talk in real life. Your friend asks, "You seem really happy lately. There is something different about your energy. How have you been?" You answer, "Thanks for noticing. I've been feeling genuinely content, actually, which is such a wonderful feeling. I made some important changes in my life, and they're really making a profound difference." Your friend says, "That's so wonderful to hear. I'm incredibly glad for you. What kind of changes did you make?" You explain, "I started prioritizing my mental health and well-being above everything else. I began saying no to things that drain my energy, and I feel so much more peaceful now, so much more at ease with myself." Your friend says, "That takes real courage to enforce those boundaries. I'm really proud of you for taking those steps." You answer, "Thanks so much. I feel deeply grateful for the people who supported me through this transition. And honestly, I'm more optimistic about the future than I've been in years." Your friend smiles. "That's beautiful. It sounds like you're in a really good place emotionally, and it truly shows." And you confirm, "I am. For the first time in a very long time, I feel at ease with who I am and where I am in life. It's such a profound relief." Shadow this natural speed response with me. Feel the warmth, the authenticity, the emotional depth that comes from using precise, sophisticated emotional vocabulary. This is how emotionally intelligent people communicate in English. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and think about positive emotions in your own life, in your own real experience. I am going to give you some sentence starters, and I want you to complete them silently in your mind, or if you are comfortable, softly out loud. Let these sentences reflect your real feelings, your real experiences, your genuine inner world. I feel most content and at peace when. Think about when you truly feel okay with life exactly as it is. Something that brings me genuine joy and fills my heart is. Picture what makes you feel that deep, warm happiness. I am deeply grateful for. Acknowledge what you appreciate in your life right now. I feel peaceful and serene when. Think about what brings you that deep inner calm. I am hopeful and optimistic about. Consider what you look forward to with positive expectation. Take your time with these. Really feel them. Let the vocabulary connect to your authentic emotional experience. This is how these words become part of your natural expression in English, not through memorization, but through genuine personal connection. Now we are going to shift our focus to emotions that do not feel good, emotions that are uncomfortable, heavy, or painful. And I want to say something very important before we begin this section. Not all emotions feel pleasant, and that is completely okay. In fact, it is perfectly human, perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. Sadness, anger, fear, anxiety, frustration, disappointment, loneliness. These are natural, valid responses to difficult situations, losses, injustices, setbacks, and disappointments. They are part of the human experience. Learning to express these challenging emotions clearly, appropriately, and without shame is just as important as expressing positive feelings, perhaps even more important in many ways. Why? Because these are the emotions that often go unexpressed, hidden, suppressed, or minimized, and that hiding leads to misunderstanding, isolation, disconnection, and internal suffering. When you can name difficult emotions precisely and share them appropriately, you gain power over them. You are no longer at their mercy. Instead of being overwhelmed by a vague, scary sense of feeling bad that you cannot quite identify or understand, you can pinpoint exactly what you are experiencing. Is it disappointment, frustration, apprehension, alienation, exhaustion? That clarity, that precision, helps you address the emotion more effectively. It helps you know what you need. It helps others understand how to support you. And it helps you process the feeling and move through it rather than getting stuck in it. Let us explore these challenging emotions with compassion, with understanding, with gentleness toward ourselves, and with the advanced vocabulary that helps you express what is difficult without shame, guilt, or the need to minimize or hide what you are genuinely feeling. Let us explore the vocabulary of sadness. Feeling sad, melancholy, heartbroken, and grief-stricken. Sad is the general, basic word for unhappy feelings. But as we have established, there are more specific, more nuanced ways to describe different types, different qualities, different intensities of sadness. Melancholy is a gentle, reflective, almost poetic kind of sadness, often without a specific, identifiable cause. It is that quiet feeling of wistfulness, of longing for something you cannot quite name, of gentle sorrow that does not overwhelm you, but colors everything with a soft shade of gray. Melancholy is contemplative sadness, thoughtful sadness, the kind that makes you reflective rather than reactive. Try voicing this softly, gently, letting that feeling be okay. I have been feeling a bit melancholy lately, though I cannot quite explain why or point to a specific reason. Take a breath and repeat with understanding and acceptance. There is a certain melancholy that comes with endings, even when you know they are necessary. Let's voice this together with gentle acknowledgement. Rainy days sometimes bring out a melancholy mood in me. Heartbroken is deep, intense, piercing sadness that comes from significant loss or profound betrayal. Romantic breakups, losing someone you love deeply, discovering that someone betrayed your trust, experiencing a disappointment so profound it feels like your heart is literally breaking inside your chest. Heartbreak is sadness at its most painful, most acute, most overwhelming. Shadow this phrase with the weight of that deep pain. I felt absolutely heartbroken when that relationship ended, even though I knew it was the right decision. Speak this aloud with honest acknowledgement of that intense pain. There is no other way to describe it. I was completely heartbroken by what happened. Try this one with empathy and deep feeling. Watching someone you love suffer is absolutely heartbreaking. Grief-stricken describes overwhelming, devastating sadness specifically from loss, particularly death or other profound, permanent endings. Grief is sadness